Hi guys, and welcome to the Stephen King Sematary Club. Hi guys, today we're starting our discussion about Christine, and I am using the Stephen King Library Edition. I love the back photo. Now, this book is kind of a return to the old Stephen King form, possessed car, and teenage outcast. The prologue starts, Dennis is narrating, and he says, quote, "This is the story of a lover's triangle, I suppose you'd say. Arnie Cunningham, Lee Cabot, and of course, Christine." Page 1. So Arnie is very much what I view as the male version of Carrie White. He is an outcast amongst everyone at the school. His appearance, just everything about him, it screams Carrie White to me, only the male equivalent. Okay, so this is separated into sections. Section 1 is Dennis Teenage Car Songs, and each chapter is kind of headed with lyrics about cars, of which there are many, from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and I really enjoy reading those little excerpts of lyrics because it reminds me of the songs. Like, I can hear them in my head. So Arnie and Dennis work together at a kind of a construction job, which shows up a lot in Stephen King books, construction work. And they're driving home. Dennis is driving. He's got the car. And Arnie sees Christine. He sees this beat up, horrible car, and he sees that it has a for sale sign and he wants it. He just needs to have it. So he demands that Dennis turn around and they're going to go look at this car. Quote, "Arnie had fallen in love with a 1958 Plymouth Fury, one of the long ones with the big fins." Page 8. This old man comes out when the boys are looking at the car. His name is Ronald D. LeBay, and he is kind of crotchety. As soon as he realizes that Arnie wants to actually buy the car, he is interested and friendly. And Dennis senses something. He feels like this guy wants to offload something more than a junk car. He feels kind of a sinister quality to this old man. Quote, "Something came into the old man's eyes. Not just the gleam, it was something behind the gleam." Page 9. Dennis keeps trying to talk Arnie out of it. Arnie won't have it. And finally they realize that he doesn't have enough money to buy it outright. He needs to wait for payday. So Dennis is hoping that he will calm down once he thinks about it, once he sleeps on it. What ends up happening is Arnie puts down a deposit, and he is going to come back with the rest of the money, and he will buy Christine. And that is the name that this LeBay guy came up with. So he was the original owner. He came up with the name, and Arnie seems to like it. Dennis drives Arnie home, and he stays to visit for a little while, and he regrets that immediately because once it comes out that Arnie has purchased a car, Arnie's parents are very controlling and don't seem to give a lot of latitude to Arnie, and they flip out. Both of them flip out. They're really angry. At one point, the mother accuses Dennis. She says, "How could you have let him basically do this? Like he's supposed to be watching him or something," which is totally unfair and psychotic. I mean, these kids are 17 years old, and the friend is supposed to, and he did try to stop him, but what is he supposed to do? And Arnie finally loses it, and he says, quote, "I've consulted you on every damn thing I've ever done. Everything was a committee meeting, and if it was something I didn't want to do, I got outvoted 2-1. Page 21. So this is yet another Stephen King kind of theme where there's an overbearing parent. This time there are two. Usually it's the mom, so we have tons of Stephen King mother creations that are very stern, think they know best, want to control their children, are very almost bitter and kind of venomous in their attacks, and they know how to strike for the jugular. Dennis tries to stand up for Arnie because he doesn't like the way that Regina, the mother, kind of attacked him. And he is, making all these. He's saying all this stuff like, well, the car doesn't even run. It's not a good car. It's broken down. It's more of an investment piece. He didn't pay that much for it. He's not going to pay that much for it. Just let him have this. And he realizes, quote, I had somehow gotten into the position of defending Arnie's car when I thought the whole thing was preposterous to begin with. Page 23. I really like Dennis's personality. I like that he's the one narrating as a personal friend to Arnie. Even though it's kind of reminiscent of Carrie, I like that it's not told in the same way.